So you're thinking about buying a home in the Fort Lauderdale area and you're considering a new build? Well, stick around because in this video, we're going to talk about the pros and the cons of purchasing a new construction home here in South Florida. What's up everyone, it's Tanner, back again with another video, but if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about Fort Lauderdale and the surrounding areas here in South Florida, go ahead and click that subscribe button and tap the little bell so you get notified every time I do a new video. And if you're even thinking about moving or relocating anywhere here in South Florida, I have people reaching out to me every single day and I absolutely love it. All my contact info is down in the description below. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, message me on Facebook, however you want to get a hold of me, because I got your back when moving. Alright, so I get it. There's no denying that we all love the idea of a shiny, newly built home, especially when the housing inventory is limited, but buying a home is a big investment and there are certain things to consider, like location, size, and of course whether or not to buy that fresh new build or go with an older home. So first, let's get into the pros of moving into a new construction home. Pro number one is it's a blank canvas. If you decide to go with a custom home, the sky's pretty much the limit. You can customize and personalize every single little detail of your new home, but if you're leaning more towards buying in a new construction community rather than building on your own lot, most builders and development companies will still typically give buyers the option to customize some of the features. Now, you won't be able to customize every aspect of your new home, but you'll still be able to choose from one of their floor plans, which is likely going to lean more towards the modern side, giving you open layouts where the kitchen flows right into the family room. And the things you'll most likely get to choose are the fixtures, finishes, and flooring, and maybe a few other options as well. So the ability to choose things that match your specific taste and style can be very appealing because it takes away a lot of the hassle associated with redecorating, which you may have to do if you choose to go with an older property. Another thing that people are drawn to about a new build is the fact that no one has ever lived in it before. And I think you'd probably agree that there is some sort of comfort knowing that there's no history that comes along with the home. No one else has ever hung their clothes in your closet, cooked in your kitchen, parked in the garage, or went skinny dipping in your pool. So the next pro to buying a new build is that these homes are up to code and up to date. So when purchasing an older home, there's the potential to run into outdated building materials, which some things that were used in the past may not be up to code for today's standards, like the electrical panels, wiring, the pipes used for plumbing, lead-based paint, or even materials containing asbestos. And I think we can also tie in energy efficiency here as well, because a lot of the newer building materials like insulation, doors, and windows are typically going to be more energy efficient. Even the toilets and sinks, lighting, all that nowadays is made with conservation in mind, which means potentially lower utility bills. So pro number 4 is minimal maintenance. Since you're buying brand new, everything from the roof to the appliances, AC, and the plumbing should basically be repair free for at least a few years. And along with everything being brand new, builders normally offer some sort of warranty for newly built homes. Now, the coverage does vary, but I've heard of some builders offering up to 10 years for any major structural defects. I know, all that sounds great, right? And maybe you're ready to learn more about some of these great new developments here in the Fort Lauderdale area, or maybe you even want to see some for yourself in person, and we can definitely make that happen. It's super simple. All you got to do is reach out to me. But before you decide on that new construction home, let's take a look at the flip side, because there are a few cons that you might want to consider, and con number 1 is the timeline. So most builders are going to paint this perfect picture for you of the exact day the home's going to be completed and when you get to move in. However, there can and often are changes to the timeline with construction, especially during the summer months here in South Florida. The weather can be a bit unpredictable, so don't forget about the possibility of hurricanes, which could cause some serious setbacks, and depending on how long these delays are, it might even cause the terms of your financing to expire. Another thing to consider is price, and generally speaking, the price of older homes tends to be lower than that of new construction. Now, this is obviously going to depend on the area and the condition of the property, but if we're comparing similarly updated older homes with similar bedroom and bathroom counts along with square footage, sometimes brand new homes can cost upwards of 20% more than the older ones. So something else that some people often overlook is depreciation. So as attractive as these new builds are, they come with a premium price tag. And just like buying a brand new car, the price depreciates the minute you move in. So for example, if you pay $500,000 for that beautiful home in the new build community, no one's going to pay you the same $500,000 for your used home if they can buy the exact same one brand new for the same price. Makes sense, right? And usually these homes only tend to hold their value if you live in it long enough. So you should plan on being in that community until it becomes very well established, which will probably take quite a few years at the least. Con number 3 about new builds versus older homes are the neighborhoods. Down here in South Florida, the truth is we don't really have tons of open land and space to build. Now, this doesn't really necessarily hold true if you're looking to purchase a unit in, say, a newly built condo, but if we're talking about townhomes and single family homes, many of these new construction neighborhoods and developments aren't going to be in long-standing, well-established neighborhoods. So chances are you're going to be located a little bit further away from your ideal schools, shopping, and other amenities around town, which isn't necessarily a deal breaker if you're planning on living there for something like 10 years, because chances are these things will come with time as the communities become more and more established. Also, something to account for is if you're one of the first to move in, you can potentially be living in a construction zone for years to come. Along with the higher price points, you're most likely going to find that new builds are on smaller lots than the older homes. So if you're looking for that big backyard with lots of space between your house and the neighbors, you might not find that in a new build community. Con number 5 are those cookie cutter exteriors. So if you're opting to buy in a planned community rather than having a custom home built, the builders tend to stick with exterior design styles and finishes that appeal to the broadest range of buyers possible. So you'll likely have a handful of options that everyone else in the community can also choose from. So to stand out from your neighbors, you're gonna have to rely on post purchases, paint, and other decorative items. So if you're even thinking about moving or relocating here to South Florida, make sure you reach out to me. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have, whether it's about new construction, older homes, or even just general questions about the area. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you on the next one.